Hi, we are learning Codeigniter, and in this part we understand models, right? So let's go to our project. So CI series is our project, and these are the files and folders of a Codeigniter, right? So let's go to application, go to a models, right? Here is the models we need to understand. Just go to a models. So model contain the classes, right? So let's create a class in a model. So here is the model, right? Just right click and create a class, php class, and php file it here, right? So test model.php, right? You can see test model.php. I have created the class which is test model.php and just finish it, right? Just remove the comment, just zoom in, right? So we have created the test model class, and you can see test model.php, right? So always you need to do like this, extend ci models, right? You need to do like this, and we need to create a constructor of test model. So this is the constructor of our test model, right? And here you need to create your files, you need to create your uh, functions, methods, and variables, and anything you can return from here, right? So I'm creating a public function test it, right? Test it, this is my function, right? In a test model. So um, we need to return uh, we need to return hello world, right? So control S for save, and you can you can echo it, you can anything you can do if you not classes in a php, right? So I'm returning hello world, right? From test it function in a test model, right? So we have created models. So now we need to connect a model to a controller, right? So just go back, and this is the controller. So here is the lots of controller maybe, right? So I have created previously, you can watch my previous videos. So I want to connect my this model, right, which is a test model, to my home controller, right? Just drag and drop it here, right? Right. So here we need to connect, right? Just double enter and dollar these load and model, and here is your model name, right? So what is our model name, which is test model, and just paste it here, right? So for simplicity, if you know to create a object, right, in a php, you can you always do like this, right? So dollar obj is equals to a new and class name, right? Class name is our test model, right? Paste it here, and this line is exactly same in Codeigniter, right? Just remove it. So we have load our test model in a home controller, right? So now we need to echo print this hello world in this page, right? So what we want to do that, just go to index, put it here, enter, right? So dollar this, and this is for this class, right? This is for this class which is home controller, right? And we are calling this object which is the test model. Just paste it here, and we need to call some methods and some properties of test model. Just go to a test model, and test model has only one function, which is tested. Just copy, right, and paste it here, right? So when you echo it, it will return a hello world, right, from test model, you can see, right? So let's run this project and see. So you can see this is the hello world, right? So we want to print this hello world in a view, right, which is just back, which is this is view, and we want to print hello world in these files, right? So we need to choose anyone, right? I'm choosing this home.php. Just drop it here, right? So we want to add hello world in a here, right, after this content, right? Codeigniter tutorial, and this is I'm putting h3, right? I am putting here my content from models, right? So just remove this, right? Just zoom in. So what we want to do that, just store this value. We know that this is the hello world and we want to store data, my data, right? My data in a variable, right? And just copy this name and put it a dollar data is equals to array, right? And array function, and we need to hello say, right? Say and is your data name, right? Your string and whatever you are coming from models, right? It's coming from models, right? So this data we want to show, right? You can show in a home, in a footer, you can show, you can see, so in a header, home, footer, right? Any views you can show, uh, you can see this data, right? So just pass just comma and paste the second parameter, which is data. If you want to print this data in a footer as well, just put it like this, right? Just remove, right? And just remove this one as well. Actually we want to this data in our home.php file in a view, right? So let's go to home because we have a transfer this data to a home, right? So let's go to a home. This is the view and home.php, and we have opened it here, right? So we want to print, so put it php tag like this, php, and put it echo and your variable name which we have say, right? So just copy this name, right? And put it the dollar symbol and paste it here and say and save, right? And just refresh, you can see hello world. When you change from models, hello stint, how are you? Hello stint, how are you? Right? So control S and refresh it. It should just refresh, so it will be here, right? So it's pretty good, and we can I want to tell you more thing about models, right? So just pass it a second parameters, right? And you can give it's a temporary name of a test model, right? And you can test, right? You can give it a rename it, right? Test model, and I'm giving a rename it test, and you can test because this is the long um, uh, it has a long characters, right? And it has a short name, you can put it here, so test. And where we have called this test model, so this dot test, you can this test model, so this test model we have called it here this, and test model, so test model we can replace to a test, right? So control S for save, and when you refresh it's still working fine, right? You it means you can rename the models, right? And also I want to tell you about um, models, right? So just go to application and models and controllers. So model and controllers we can connect, right? And both contains the classes, right? And also the question is why Codeigniter develop the models and controllers, because both are contain the classes, right? So for separating your data, so we can put our third party classes in a models, right? And we can create our own classes in a controllers. We can put our database classes, right? To a models, right? And we can database classes we can transfer to a models, right? And models can transfer to your normal HTML, and we can show on our pages, right? So if you like this video, you can subscribe my channel, and if you have any questions and doubt, you can write a comment, right? So bye, take care.